Long-time attitude friend and daredevil petrolhead Tony Christianson is about to tackle the holy grail of land speed, the Bonneville salt flats in Utah.
Tony's well known as a motivational speaker, and he's used his gift of the gab to con his mates in Tauranga to help him realise the dream of a lifetime.
Life is, life is for living, and my scrapbook's been pretty full so far. But in saying that, I've just got a lot of things that I want to add to it before I leave this world.
Tony Christianson talks fast, but he drives even faster, and he's never happier than when he's behind the wheel. For more than 20 years, the man with no legs has been impressing motorsport enthusiasts throughout the country. He's attracted quite a following. For his next adventure, he's planning to take a vehicle custom built in Tauranga and race it at Bonneville.
Well, that was Tony. Guess we'll catch up with him at the workshop.
He's got passionate motoring enthusiasts all over Tauranga helping make it happen. Blokes like Jody.
We're just trying to get it smooth so when the wind goes over it sort of holds the car to the surface. Yeah, we don't want it to get all hickety-pickety and spin out.
On the other side of town, mechanic Dick Davidson is piecing together Tony's speed machine.
I built the Bill Ward, the other chap that's going over to the States with him, I built his engine. Very slightly smaller engine than this, similar configuration and all the rest, but a smaller capacity, and it broke the world record, which we're pretty proud about. And that was way back in 1971, I think. So, and we used to just test it up and down the streets.
Here in this boatyard is the body of the dragster Tony hopes to push to speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour. In 5 weeks it needs to be packed in a container and headed for Bonneville. The American rules and regulations mean this car's had to be pulled apart, re-engineered and put back together again.
That is a cool challenge, yeah, it's got to be done. Good on Tony for giving it a go. We've just been going through a few pictures and ideas in here and just been following along the lines of what the car's supposed to look like at the end. So get it ready in 5 weeks' time to load in the container. We're going to Bonneville, so that's it, we're doing it.
So here it is, eh?
Yeah, this is the beast.
It's a lot different than what I thought, man. It's long for a start.
Yeah, well, it's a dragster. What we've done is it's the dragster chassis that I normally race with at Mary and Taupo for the drag racing season, and we've taken that basic chassis, which is quite long anyway, but we've had to extend it to get the nose cone and everything at the front, this particular bonnet, because this is normally open within the car.
And it looks like there's quite a bit of reinforcing down here at the bottom.
Well, this reinforcing stuff here is actually a thick steel plate that we've actually folded all the way around, and the reason why is because we need to have an underbelly tray for the speed that we're doing. We're doing over 200 miles an hour, so the air has to be funneled underneath the car to help it suck down to the salt. We need to have like another 500 kilos of weight in the car. Yeah, that's a heck of a lot of weight. When you're on the salt and you're doing over 200 miles an hour, you're travelling very, very fast over the distance. And if something happens, it takes a long time for somebody to get to you, for the fire crews and the crash crews to get to you. So safety is paramount in these cars.
The car's been built especially for Tony. There's no need for leg room in his seat. There's no windscreen, so Tony's helmet will be strapped to his body to stop the wind catching under the helmet and forcing his head upwards.
When I'm drag racing at Mary, for example, if I have a crash there's a fire crew instantly there. Within seconds, there is somebody there that is able to get you out of the car, put out a fire if it's needed or whatever. Well, at Bonneville, you're on the salt flats and you're doing, the length of a football field in a couple of seconds, basically. So it takes a long time for the fire crews to get to you, or the emergency crews if anything bad happens. And it does at Bonneville. That's just one of the things about speed, is that things are going to go wrong.
So, it's really tight in the roll cage. If something does go wrong, how do you get out of there?
They have a rule that you must be able to get out of the car within 25 seconds.
Okay.
All right? And I can probably get out of this one in about 5. And so it's just undo the belts, steering wheel off, seat belts out of the way, up onto the side, out of the car.
Here in another part of industrial Tauranga, yet another mate is looking after this baby. Currently out of action though. Tony had a little mishap.
It was a spectacular crash at the Speedway Nationals. As Tony was coming around the back straight, a bracket that stops the diff from twisting snapped. the car spun into the wall. Tony was flipped upside down and the car burst into flames. When you watch this, you appreciate the potential risks in Bonneville, where Tony will be travelling more than double the speed he was travelling in this race. That's Tony to the left of frame, being pulled from the burning wreck. His love of speed, that certainly wasn't extinguished.
Oh, I know. I think I've just always had a passion for motorsport, cars and, you know, kids, fast things and things like that. And I think just because I didn't have any legs wasn't going to be a reason why I shouldn't carry on that passion in life.
Back at Dick's workshop, Tony calls by to check on progress. His goal at Bonneville is to blat down the salt flats at more than 200 miles per hour. But today, just weeks before they're due to ship the machine, there's a problem.
After a motor's been going for a long time, the bores...
And it just happened we've got a weird top ring. Yeah, it's an alcohol top ring, so... and they're pretty rare out here, so... Hence...
Because the engine runs on alcohol, not petrol, so...
Yeah, so anyhow, we should still, if we get, you know, we'll still get it here by next Monday, anyhow. So how long have I got?
This Friday.
This Friday?
Yeah.
It won't be this Friday.
It'll be next Monday then, won't it?
Yes. So have the benefit of less bearing area, theoretically.
Tony said Dick a bit of a short deadline on this one,
You can take
but
that with
she'll be right. Dick's been building speed machines his entire career.
So what are we
He's a regular face at boating and motorsport events and is a true innovator.
Because in our case, we're not like the Americans. We can't go down the road and buy stuff, as you've just found out. You know, every couple of days, you know, we've got to make sure it's going to last. What it's going to do with it.
Having seen what's involved, it feels like Tony's asking a lot of his mates.
Part of this whole thing is having friends around me that help me achieve the goals that I have in life. Speed costs money. How fast do you want to go?
Latest update, Tony didn't even get to test his dragster before he shipped it to the States.